secretary had a great idea. He sent Gruber over to hold their hand on the voyage. When Gruber arrived in Naples to meet the refugees, they were surprised to find that their liberator was a woman. Once she was on board the ship, Gruber assumed the only rank that commands more respect than general, that of a mother. The refugees, some of them too old to walk, actually called her Mother Ruth. Fluent in German and Yiddish, she organized English lessons, cared for the seasick, and taught at least one refugee her first English song, You Are My Sunshine. Together, they made the 2-week journey without attack, and the refugees arrived in the United States. However, as a condition of their entry into the United States, they had to sign contracts promising to return to Europe at the end of the war. Gruber's job could have been done when they arrived in the U.S., but she did not abandon them. She was a leader among the people who, after Roosevelt's death, successfully lobbied President Harry Truman to allow the refugees to stay in the United States. Until the end of her life, Ruth Gruber remained convinced that the United States could have saved many more. In business as in life, we have to stand by the strength of our convictions. Call to action, you. Take 12 minutes right now to consider what you feel so strongly about that you'd go to any lengths to make happen.
All right, Michael, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, make you host. Teach me some knowledge bombs, man.
Oh, goodness. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the call. Okay, nice. All right, we got 63 folks on the line. As soon as we get to 100, we are going to jump into power questions, release statements, and some scripts. So let's keep building. This is an event where we can find the people and tell the story and build for. So let's practice what we get paid to do, and let's keep building for events. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the call. We'll be getting started here as soon as we got 100 folks on the line. Let's not be stingy about this train. Include more folks. Good morning, good morning. All right, good morning, folks. We're gonna get started here as soon as we got 100 team members on the line. We don't leave anyone behind, so let's go and get them. Let's bring them with us. All right, good morning. Welcome to Money Monday. We'll be getting started here in just a minute. All right, we're up to 79. Come on, guys. We could do this. This webinar is brought to you by 100 people. Okie dokie. We need 19 more folks to get started. So let's stay focused, build for events, follow up. Let's find them. Let's go get them. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Stay focused, everyone. We're almost to our goal. All right, we're at 92. We're getting close. Good morning, new folks. Good morning. Welcome to Money Monday. Thanks for hopping on. We're going to get started in just a few people. We're at 94. All right, welcome. Get started in just a few. But we don't leave anyone behind, so we're going to wait till we get 100 folks on the line, then we can get started. Big shout out to all you IMAs that got here early and are sending out texts to get more people on. Remember, too, that you can also get paid to put people on this webinar. All right, once you become a team member, and they're on here, you can get paid for that. So, yes, good job getting other IMAs on board. But we also want you to be selling some packages so you can get IMAs on that way, too. Your IMAs. Let me train them. I would love to train your IMAs on how to sell more Renatas. Would you like me to train your IMAs on how to sell more Renatas programs? I'm happy to do it. We just have standards. No more preferences here. Standards. We start with 100 people. All right, we got thousands of people in Renatas. I know some of you are going to catch the recording, which is awesome. It's time to get some IMAs trained up. How many of you would benefit from one more IMA on your team making a sale this week? Oh, by the way, big shout out to Mike Berleffi. What's up, Mike? Great work. He just got 5-star this week. So we're proud of him. Yeah, buddy. Proud of you, man. Keep up the great work. All right, the key is consistency. So he is on all these calls. He's at the Super Saturdays. He's at the call parties at my house. He's at the he's plugging in. He gets on all these calls. So his first sale was a combo. His second sale was an advanced combo. Then he became 1-star. So this last sale was also a combo. So he's got his first team member on the essentials level. And pop quiz, guys, how much does he get paid? If his first 3 sales went extreme combo, advanced combo, extreme combo, and he owns an extreme combo, how much money does he make? How much is homeboy getting paid? All right, we did it. Got 100 folks on the line. He is getting paid $4,000, correct. He's getting $1,000 from the essentials and $3,000 from the combo portion. Good answer, Eloy and Sal right behind him with the answer. Good stuff. Okay, let's jump into this. Thanks for getting everyone on here. Welcome to the call, everyone. Just a quick reminder that these calls are also an event to build for. Make sure you're finding the people, the IMAs, calls like this to be surrounded by people who are also having the same goals as them, building for this event, following up so that we can do our order entry. Cool. Okay, my friend. Good job, Mike. All right, let's do this. So first what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the question side of running scripts. Okay, once you understand this principle of power questions, then when I give you the scripts, it's going to be even easier because it's going to flow. There's going to be some more naturalness to using the script. Okay, so use these questions when you need more information or you don't know what to say. How often do we run into a question and we don't know what to say, especially at the beginning? Or if they have a question that's not part of our script that we haven't memorized, how do we still transition from segment of the script to segment of the script? How do we make those transitions without sounding like a dummy? Here's how. We use power questions. There are 3 main power questions. First one is really why. Second one is, can you tell me more? And the third is, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? So as we're going through our scripts and we're asking people, what got you interested in my ad? And what do you do for a living? If they say, oh, I've been interested in real estate for a while and I drive for Uber. You say, okay, really? So when you say you were interested for a year, what do you mean by that? What do you mean interested? Like you read a book, you attended a class, one of your friends is doing it. What do you mean by that you've been interested for a year? Or when they say, yeah, I'm self-employed, and you say, okay, can you tell me more? Or if they're like, man, I really want to quit my job. I really want to do this, really want to do that. Really? Why? And then they're going to say something else. They're going to say something like, well, because, I feel like I could earn more money. Oh, you do? What do you mean by that? What do you mean you feel like you can earn more money? Well, I'm a hard worker and I deserve more money. Okay, can you tell me more? So these questions, you can carry on any conversation. Any conversation, it says combo, any conversation you could carry on for seemingly hours with these questions. So here's what I want you to remember. Preguntas, contesta. Preguntas, respuesta. That's what it is. Preguntas, respuestas. Questions are the answer. See, too often when you get on the phone, if you haven't mastered the phone and you haven't mastered the process of getting someone to an event and then to buy from you, it might be because you're trying to memorize a million facts. You don't have to memorize a million facts. You have to memorize 3 questions. So much easier. So questions are the answer. We need more questions in your vocabulary, in your strategy on the phone. Right? They could ask you all sorts of questions. And then you can answer their question with a question. Respuestas, contestas. Questions are the answer. When you continue to ask questions and dig deeper into their thought process of your customer, you will uncover contradictions. Now, we've talked about contradictions before, but once we've uncovered the contradictions in their language and errors in their judgment, this will then give us an opportunity to become the expert and show them where they can change their thought process to improve their lives. We want to help them change their thought process to improve their lives, allowing for an easy transition to closing the sale. So our job, what we're working on, is helping our new students see a better version. Right? We want to show them where they can change their thought process to improve their life. So we have people answering ads who are struggling, and what I found over the years and the thousands of phone calls and thousands of interviews, I've learned that people are usually victims of their own language. When they say, I can't do this, or how come I can't do that, or I'm no good at this. And so when we start to listen, they say, yeah, I wanted to do real estate, but I just haven't done it. Really? Why? And they say, well, I really want to accomplish this, but I keep doing that. I really want to accomplish being my own business owner, but I keep watching TV and playing video games, or whatever they're doing. So I want you to listen. Take a screenshot of this so I can scroll down. Take a screenshot. But remember, questions are the answer. So some of you 5-star folks, you're going to be doing your call parties this week with your IMAs. So this is a great lesson to start out your call session with. Hey guys, remember, questions are the answer. When our customers are asking us tough questions, all we got to do is answer their questions with questions. Now you might need to say something like, that's a great question, I'll get to that, but first can you tell me more about blank? That's a great question, but first I'd like you to, so you could say that all the time. That's a great question. right? And you say it with some great enthusiasm. That's a great question, man. I'm glad you asked that. Now, before we get to it, let me ask you this. That's a great question. But let me ask you this. That is a great question. But let me ask you this. Why do you say you want to earn more money? Or why do you, can you tell me more about? That's a great question. I'll get to that as soon as you help me with this. Tell me why. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, power questions. Preguntas de poder. Is that right? Questions of power? Let me know in the chat box if I said it right. Okay, next is going to be the topic and concept of release statements. Release statements. Now, here's the power of release statements. Release statements are a way for customers to say no without being boxed into a yes. Okay? Release statements are statements that give people the right to say no. They make them feel like it's their choice. And when you use these, the people you are talking to will be more open to listening to what you had to say because you gave them the right to say no. If you give people the right to say no, you've given them the opportunity to say yes. We have to use release statements. Do you know why most people have an aversion to used car salespeople? The used car salesperson process is the opposite of release statements. So the opposite of release statements, which we don't want to be using, are what's called tie downs. Tie downs are an amateur salesperson's go-to language pattern. We don't want to use these. This is it's obvious, it's see-through, it's annoying. So a tie down is what happens when someone is forcing a yes. A tie down is a forced yes. It'd be like, well, hey, you you want to make money, huh? Yes. You care about your family? Yes. And you feel like you pay too much in taxes, right? Yes. Well, we're going to teach you how to pay less in taxes, so it'd be pretty smart for you to buy from us, right? Now they have to say yes or be dumb. They don't like that. A tie down does not help you build rapport. What they'll end up doing, if you really force them into that, is they'll cancel their order in a couple days. And you'll think that you did everything right, you got someone in, but if you did a tie-down type of thing and you forced them into a yes, the chance of them actually canceling goes up. We don't want any cancels. So the opposite of release statements is tie-downs. We want to use release statements because we want to create a relationship where people can trust us. Okay? So release statements, major key. Now let's get into a couple examples. Joe, if you have no interest in coming, it's 100% okay with me. Well, this is the key. If you give them the right to say no, then you've given them the opportunity to say yes. Okay, imagine there's this little pendulum over here, and it's swinging back and forth. And we have yes, and we have no, right? And there's this swinging. And whatever we swing it to, the customer will take the other way. So if we swing it to no, you don't want to come to this, it's all good. And they're going to say, yes, I do. But if you say, you want to come to this, this is your life we're talking about. Let's make some changes. They're going to say, nah, I'm good. It's kind of funny. Doesn't really make sense, hard to explain, but there it is. So now that we know it, we can go through this with some grace and some ease. So number 2 example. Look, you know your situation better than I do. If you can't afford it, don't do it. So someone's sitting in the follow-up, they're watching the funding options, or you've taken them to lunch or coffee, or you're at the office, whatever, you're doing your follow-up. And they say, gosh, man, I can't afford it. And they just look you in the face and they say, I can't afford it. Then you go, you know your situation better than I do. If you can't afford it, don't do it. And then just look at them. Kind of end with that up tone. Okay, the tone is important, so end on a little high note. Hey, you know your situation better than I do. If you can't afford it, don't do it. And end on that high note. And they're going to go, well, maybe I can. And they're going to overcome their own objection. So it's your job to use a release statement. But if you were in that situation and you used a tie down instead, they're like, oh, I really can't afford it. And then you say, well, how are you going to, if you can't afford it, how are you going to afford your kids' education? How are you going to afford your kids this? How are you going to afford that? You need to do this so that you can afford that. Then obviously that's customers like, just get out of my face, dude. I don't want to talk to you anymore. So release statements, major key. Hey, this program here, example number 3. This program may not be a fit for you. It's not for everybody. When you say it that way, that's not for everybody. You just kind of shrug a little casually. Hey, this program may not fit for you. It's not for everybody. Then they're going to go, well, but I think it's for me. I just need to figure out the money. Or I think it's for me. I just need to figure out my schedule. But if you say, man, this program's a perfect fit for you, you better do this. This program's a perfect fit for you. You have to do this. This program's a perfect fit for you. It's a perfect fit for everybody. Then you start swinging towards the yes on the pendulum. They're going to swing back to the no. Okay, let's go through a couple more examples here. Okay, we're just going to read these as we go through them. Hey, it may be worth your while to take a look at it and consider it to see if it's right for you. Hey, it might be worth your while. I don't know, it might not be. Who knows if you got a work ethic or not? Who knows? Might be worth your while. Number 5, you may not have any interest in this at all, but I believe you owe it to yourself to take a look. Hey, look, if you're not interested, that's okay, but as far as I'm concerned, you at least owe it to yourself to take a look. But if you're not interested, that's okay. Number 6, if you want to be in business with me, great. If not, it's 100% okay with me. You got to start using these. Oh, you don't want to be in business with me? Okay, that's great. 100% okay with me. Then they're going to go, oh, no, I want to be in business with you. I'm just so scared. I've never done something like this before. It's okay, man. You want to be in business with me? Great. If not, great. 100% okay with me. If you're ready to take on your life and make a change, let's get to work. Number 7, if after you see it, it doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. Number 8, we're here to help 3 people per month change their lives. But if you don't want to do it, I don't want you to do it. Number 9, I'm building it big. If you want to come with me, great. If not, no problem. Number 10, I believe this could be great for you, but if you don't want to do it, that's okay with me. Right? That's the one you're going to say to your family members a lot. Man, I know it'd be great for you. This is why I'm telling you, I think it'd be great for you. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to force it on you. So if you don't want to do it, that's okay with me. Number 11. I know this program is in your best interest, but if you don't want to do it, just say no. It's okay. It's okay. Just say no. I dare you. Say no to this $1 million idea. I dare you. No, don't take it that far. But giving them permission to say no, I promise, will make them your friends. They'll actually, if they do really, it's not good timing for them, but you've given them an arena to say no, a space to say no, They'll call you in a week. They'll call you in a month or a quarter, and they'll let you know when it's ready. Because you've given them that opportunity to say no. You've given them the right to say yes. Okay, a couple more of these. If you don't want to do it, it's okay. Just say no. Number 13. I know you need this program, but if it doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. And number 14. If you don't want to join, I don't want you to join. We're only here to work with people who are serious about changing their life. If that's not you, or if you don't want to do it, you know your situation better than I do. If it's not for you, then don't do it. And then they're going to go, but it is for me. Paying less taxes is for me. Paying less interest is for me. Making cash flow into my life is for me. Okay, then great. Go to Get Funded Online, or what's your 401k? Let's go do this. Let's figure it out. So your home play for this week, is to role play with a partner using some release statements. Notice how I put using at least 15, and I've only given you 14. What that means is you got to make up one, or make up two, make up a few release statements, something that you feel natural saying. I promise you're going to get a lot further in your sales conversations if you use some release statements. And those of you who, are the partner listening in, just make sure they're doing a good job. Make sure it actually comes off naturally and not, we're not trying to be offensive. We're not trying to be aggressive. We're trying to be consultative. Okay, we're the consultant. We are a consultant. That's the mindset. Now we're still a marketer, right? We're not a financial planner consultant. We just have this consultant mindset of listening, right? Asking these power questions. What do you mean by that? Can you tell me more? Really, why? And then they start to, come up with their objections. You use release statements. That's all right, man. If you don't want to do it, I don't want you to do it. Right? If you need 4-wheel drive, why are we looking at a 2-wheel drive car? Right? If you're just here to earn a living and just, skate through life, then this probably isn't it. And that's okay for you. But if you're here to make a big difference, make a big impact, make a lot of money, then this is awesome. And we're here for you. Okay, so we are the consultant mindset. Okay, the other way of thinking about it is we are here to collect decisions, not make them. We're here to collect decisions, not make them. So when you're on the phone with people, you've taken them to lunch, whatever, they're at the follow-up, they're at the office, that's your mindset. Hey, look, I'm just here to collect decisions, not make them. If you don't think you could do this, that's fine with me. I'll just talk to the next person. It's up to you. If you want to do it, great. If you don't want to do it, it's 100% okay with me. So before I get into my next topic, I want to make sure you guys are clear. You got any other questions or concepts, concerns, clarifications you need before I move on? So we've been talking about power questions and release statements. You guys got any questions? You can come off of mute. Type it in the chat box. I'll give you just a minute for questions, and then we'll move to the next topic. All right, somebody got a question? Go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Michael, Jenna here. How's it going?
Hey, good morning, Jenna.
So I have been working with a guest for a few weeks now, and they are feeling concerns around the ethicalness of the real estate industry and how that is kind of what's holding them back from saying yes, even though they realize how excited they feel and how fired up and good they feel following the meetings, following cash flow. They're just having a little bit of hang-ups because they've been very anti-capitalist in their life. So I'm just working on like the continuous follow-up of that.
Yes.
And kind of working through that process with them.
Okay, good. So what you get to do then is help them with this contradiction in their language. We're using our questions to uncover these contradictions. So if someone really wants to be financially independent, but they don't take on a social or a capitalist mindset, then they will be forever dependent. So,
Right.
so this is where you got to use some of your power questions. If they're like, well, I really want to do this, but can't someone else pay for it? Then you got to say, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean have someone else pay for it? You know, that's not how responsible people talk. That's not how wealthy people talk. So what I might do is to help clean up this contradiction is, again, we're going to go into that consultation mindset, right? And let's go over the two points that make socialism a bad choice when you're trying to get rich, right? How does a socialist get what they want in this country or in the world? How does a socialist get it? The socialist gets it through taxes, right? So simply put, and I'm not an expert on this, so and don't get into a debate with people, but just simply put, say, look, there's no right or wrong. It's just, if you want to go 100 miles an hour, but you stay in first gear, then that's not the approach. You got to change your approach. It's not wrong to be in first gear. It's just if your goal is to go fast, staying in first gear won't do it. So if your goal is to make a lot of money, but you stay in a socialist mindset, that's not going to work either. So, so how a person, let's say, gets their, socialists want to hand out, and a capitalist is looking for a hand up. That's what Renatus is. Renatus is offering a hand up, not a hand out, right? A hand up means we're going to take you to another level, right? So there's someone up here, and there's someone down here, and the hand up is to get them up to this next level. But a hand out just keeps everyone on the same level, right? Just everyone's on the same level. We're just going to kind of hopefully have enough resources to spread everything out. So a socialist says, I want to hand out, and they're trying to take from someone that has. Gimme, 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 gimme. They're taking. This is a taking process. In socialism and in capitalism, it's a giving process. We're going to give ideas. We're going to give time. We're going to give capital. We're going to give support so we can grow something. Give and grow. But a socialist is a bitch and take. They're going to bitch about something and they're going to take something. We don't like the minimum wage. Bleh. So they're going to bitch about it. Now they want more money. Well, how are they going to get it? They're just going to tax people that have more money, take it from them so they can have it. So when you're talking to your customer and they have a couple of those socialist things, well, shouldn't the government pay for my education, or shouldn't this, shouldn't that? We just have to help them understand that we can either give and grow or we can bitch and take. Is that helping, Jenna? Can you see yourself having this conversation?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. That's what we're trying to do here, a hand out versus a hand up. We're giving people a hand up who want a hand up. But there are some people who want a hand out and they're confusing it for a hand up. And then that's when you got to say, look, what we're giving you is something that you can take and you can grow this thing. But you can't grow from the taxes that socialism creates. So it's not sustainable. Think about it. If everyone switched to socialism, who would be left to tax? There wouldn't be anyone left to tax. So then the whole country would implode. So the more capitalists we have, the stronger our country is.
Thanks, Michael.
You betcha. Yeah, go have those conversations. Use those release statements. Let us know how it goes next week. And remember that three-way calls are a powerful tool. And so if they're not listening to you, then say, you know what, let's get someone else on the line. I want you to ask them some questions. So good job. Thanks for that contribution. Remember, we're listening for contradictions is going to be a great way to position yourself as an expert and help them with a breakthrough. If they're blind to their contradictions, they will never get a good result. So help them out with it. Okay, any other questions before we switch?
Hello, Michael. This is Michael Berleffi.
Berleffi, what's up?
How are you? Thank you for the recognition.
Yeah, man. Great work. It's exciting stuff.
Yes, just saying that people are getting on the line. I mean, there's probably 300 people on the line now. I just wish people get on the line a little bit earlier.
Don't we all?
Looking forward for that three-way call this afternoon with Dan Kwok.
That's right. Let's make some money happen.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. All right, cool. Okay. So let's go down the list here. So we got our power questions, we got our release statements. Work through your home plate, find a partner, start practicing some of these. You got to be able to say it with a straight face. Okay, you're going to lose all the power if you can't say these things with a straight face. So find a partner, do some role play, and make up a few if you're wrong. Okay, now when shall we use release statements? I'm going to suggest all the time. When prospecting, when inviting, when someone says no, when they're hesitating, if there's an objection, use release statements all the time. Along the way, when people know they could back out anytime, they'll actually move forward faster. If they know they can back out at any time, they'll move forward. Then what happens is they'll realize there's nothing to back out of. So you want to get them to move forward. Let's keep using our release statements. Practice these statements until you're saying them in your sleep. We want them to become a second nature. Okay, so release statements take away the pressure they think you are applying, and it puts it on them to make a decision, right? You're not applying pressure. Life is applying pressure on them. You're just here to watch them decide, what are you going to do about this pressure, right? You got kids and taxes and bills and jobs and debts and obligations. Life is pressuring you, man. What are you going to do? Make a decision. You know your situation better than me. If you want to do it, great. If not, that's 100% okay with me. Use them, learn them, make them yours. This will give you the proper posture and intention when doing your invitations. Okay, so take a screenshot of this. And those of you guys who are team leaders, who got your own people to be training throughout the week, this is a great topic to train on. This is a great thing for new IMAs to master, because how easy is it to be intimidated by a question that you don't know the answer to? Oh no, what's the answer? The answer is a question. That's what I'm talking about. All right, next page. This is where we're going to pick up tomorrow. We're going to go into it tonight or this morning till we run out of time. I got the Pat call in a few minutes. And then on Wednesday, please have 100 people on at the top of the hour so we can just get started. Okay, and we're going to dive deeper into the warm market phone script, because the warm market is your fastest way from start to money. So let's jump into this. Warm market script. So we got Jim and Sam. You're Sam. Hey, Jim, how's it going? Well, first things first. Before I ever use a script, even when it's the same script I'm using every day, before it's time, I do two major things. One and two major things. First one is I write out the 4 core beliefs. I write them out to myself. Now, some of you are like, yeah, I know them. I've been around for a couple months. I recognize that. All right, well, I've been around for several years, and I still say them every day. Renatus is the best income opportunity in the country. And I write it on my paper or on my window or on my whiteboard, wherever I'm at to make my calls. Best income opportunity in the country. Everyone needs Renatus. We're doing them a favor. And it's their loss if they say no. It's their loss, not mine. Okay, so that's the first thing I write down, the 4 core beliefs. Then the second thing I write down is the 3 things you must be being on the phone. The 3 phone musts. 3 phone musts. Number 1, you must be enthusiastic as hell. Be enthusiastic as hell. Number 2, be sharp as a tack. Be sharp as a tack. And number 3, be a person of authority. Enthusiastic as hell, sharp as a tack, and a person of authority. Now, one of the easiest ways to be enthusiastic as hell, clap a little bit, then make your phone call. Woo! What's up? Yeah, this is why I'm calling you. I'm excited. Being sharp as a tack means knowing when the conversation begins and when it ends. You know how the conversation is going to end, either a release statement or an invitation. Being sharp as a tack and then being a person of authority is easy to claim because you are a CEO, you are a founder, you're a president of, you are a something, right? You started an LLC or a sole prop, right, or an S corp or something. So you are now president, founder, owner, CEO, CFO, COO. You've given yourself this title, right? Pick one. And now there's person of authority. Now you can get started. So when your friends are standing, what? You got a question? No? Maybe? It's okay for questions. But now when your friends are asking, well, what are you doing? You say, dude, I started a company. I'm now the CEO of whatever investments or whatever you decided to name it. On top of it, marketing, whatever. Right? Be a force to be reckoned with. Stephen already knows. You got to claim your authority. You got to be a person of authority. Well, how do you do it? You have to claim it. Oh, Mac. Son of a bitch. Anyway, as I was saying, 4 core beliefs, the 3 phone musts, and then I get on the phone. Hey, Jim, how's it going? I'm doing good. I'm doing great. What about you? I'm doing awesome. Did I catch you at a good time? Yes, it's a good time. What's up? Now, one of the easiest things to start a conversation with as a brand new person is the concept, I just learned. Holy crap, the reason I'm calling you is because I just learned how to, and then whatever you just learned, or whatever you think will have a big impact on them. If you know they have a mortgage, and you say, I just learned how to pay off a mortgage. If you know they're struggling to hit their retirement numbers, then you just got to say, I just learned how to double my rate of return for my account, or for my grandma's account, or my cousin's account, or my uncle's account. I just learned how to reduce my tax bill by 50%, or by 20%, or 100%. whatever your percentage is. Right? If you just learned how to save $10,000 on your taxes, or 12 because you're not paying your kid, you're doing those different advantages. I just learned how to reduce my tax bill by X number of dollars or X percentage. I just learned how to raise my credit score. I just learned how to get my foreclosure off my record, or I just learned how to get my bankruptcy off, or I just in the last 30 days have jumped it up 50 points, 100 points. Because I'm getting ready to go buy an income property, a duplex, a fourplex, a 10plex. I'm getting ready to buy something that will pay me. I just raised my score. Would you like to see what I'm up to? I just learned how to find off-market investment properties. And then, so you say, I just learned, cover that, and then right in here. This stuff is so powerful, I just had to call you and let you know about it. Now, I'm not sure where you're at with your, and then you're going to go back to filling in the blank, whatever that blank is, right? Could be taxes, could be mortgage, could be income, right? Could be free time. I don't know where you're at with your free time. Maybe you're doing just fine. Or I don't know where you're at with your taxes. You may be doing just fine. I don't know where you're at with your mortgage. You may be doing just fine. But did you know? And then share a little lesson. Did you know that you can actually make your vacation a business trip and write it off? Did you know that you can legally, morally, and ethically reduce your tax bill by investing in real estate? Did you know that you can pay off a mortgage in 7 to 10 years off the same income? So you got to do your did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? And they're going to say no. And if they did know and they didn't tell you, then it's an opportunity to kind of make fun of them. You knew this? You didn't tell me? But more often than not, they don't know it. You are the expert. So you're going to say, so did you know? They're going to say no. And you say, well, the reason I'm asking is I'm going to a workshop this Tuesday, this Wednesday, this Thursday, Saturday morning to learn more. It's free, and I'm wondering if you'd like to tag along as my guest. Yeah, I'd love to. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's a private event, so I need to get you on my guest list. What's your email? My email at emailworld.com. Perfect. Do you want to ride together or just meet me there? When you make that offer of do you want to ride together, it's a huge gesture of connection. Now, most people will decline it, but the gesture goes a long way. No, I'll meet you there. Sounds great. I'll text you the address and send you a reminder when we get closer to Thursday. Cool, thanks. No problem. I'm excited. Talk to you soon. Remember, you're excited. Stay excited. We're enthusiastic as hell, sharp as a tack. I'm excited. Talk to you soon. Ciao. So this is our warm market script. Now there's a couple more pieces to it, so we'll jump into that on Wednesday. But take a quick screenshot of this. So we can start to use it, and use it today, not tomorrow, not next week. Well, yes, next week also, and yes, tomorrow. But what I mean is don't delay. Use it now, use it now, use it now. Linda, good morning. That is a new script. Sharing is caring. Share it with everyone, with the highlights, with the notes, with the scribbles, with everything. So quick recap. We talked about using release statements. Gave a couple examples. I've assigned you to role play with a partner this week and use 15 different release statements and see which ones feel natural to you. And then using our power questions. Okay, really why? Can you tell me more? And what do you mean by that? Power questions. And how do we say it? Power questions. Preguntas son las respuestas. Preguntas poderosas. Power questions, because questions are the answer. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. Okay, remember, keep your folks on the line when we get started with our next one. We want to get started on time, so keep building. Let everyone know. Get your new guests Yes, Bernadette, there is a recording. If you go to Elevate Renata's YouTube channel, click on the videos. This will be uploaded soon. Okay, Hedda, thanks for setting this up. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care. Use this. Have a productive Money Monday. Go after it. You got it. Handle it. Happy Money Monday. Bye, everybody.